Coca Card Collector here, bringing you a quartet of video responses. So the first one goes to Steve Speaks. And Steve Speaks is actually a newer subscriber of mine. That's how I came across his channel. And he's doing a 250 subscriber contest. He's got about over 300 subs right now. And he was looking for your top 5 cards in your collection. So here we go, in no random order. Tiger Woods, rookie card, graded Beckett 8.5. Enough said. Of course, he injured himself recently in an accident. But again, one of the most famous and infamous golfers of all time. Number 2, Steve Stamkos. Here's his Young Guns rookie from 2008. Awesome player. I was very happy that he managed to finally raise the Stanley Cup last year. And, you know, it's one of my prized cards in my collection for sure. Next one. This one is definitely not from value, but just heart and dedication. Wendell Clark was one of my all-time favorite players. You know, I recently got a TTM from him. I've met him in person. I've got an autographed stick from him. Absolute gentleman, and that is why this is one of my favorite cards in my collection. Next one. Fantastic player, fantastic talent. Unfortunately for me, he is closing in on Wayne Gretzky's goal mark. You know, he's been injured of late, but he still has a shot at getting his, you know, surpassing Gretzky for the most goals ever scored if he continues to play for a few more years at the current pace. Again, I'm not a fan of him. I was always a fan of Sidney Crosby, but again, it's one of my favorite cards. And speaking of Sidney Crosby, we move on to this one. Now, I don't have Sidney Crosby's Young Guns rookie, unfortunately, but I do have his rookie class Upper Deck rookie card. And again, just a true gentleman. I'm glad he's raised the cup numerous times. Of course, fantastic member of Team Canada, bringing Team Canada the gold. And for that reason, this is the rounding up my top 5 of favorite cards in my collection. So the next video is for RJ Collect Sets. So RJ Collect Sets is got about 50 subs, and he's doing a 50 subscriber contest. So he's looking for your top 5 Hall of Fame rookie cards. Here we go. This one's gonna be a hockey one as well. So we've got Dale Hawerchuk, of course, rest in peace. Captain of the Winnipeg Jets, spent many a time there with the Jets, and was always a very, you know, wonderful member of that team. You know, spent some time coaching after his career before he passed away. Number 2, Denny Savard, awesome talent. Again, I was not a fan of the Blackhawks. You know, they were the arch nemesis of the Leafs, essentially in the 80s and 90s, always putting the Leafs down and kicking them out of the playoffs. But, you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. And Denny Savard was an awesome player, inducted into the Hall of Fame in the early 2000s. I don't remember right now exactly when it was. Next rookie card that's also in my PC here is Al MacInnis. And Al MacInnis, it just, you know, again, I'm not a fan of Calgary, but he was one hell of a defenseman, and he had one hell of a shot. And, you know, his shot from the blue line was absolutely feared by most goaltenders. So that's one of my rookie cards that is in the Hall of Fame right now. Next one, Joe Nieuwendyk. Again, another Calgary Flame. Awesome player. Great captain. Spent some time on some of the Team Canada teams as well. And I was fortunate enough to see him numerous times here when he was playing here in Toronto. So I made it to the Hall of Fame a few years ago, and a great player. And that's why he is part of my video response. And last but not least, a rookie that, of course, is in the Hall of Fame as well is Grant Fuhr. You know, I loved his athleticism, bringing home some Stanley Cups for the Oilers. Of course, he spent some time here with the Leafs as well, where I enjoyed watching him play on numerous occasions. But of course, I remember him most as the, you know, backstop of the Oilers during those Stanley Cup years when you had your guys like Messier and Coffey and Gretzky, of course, winning Stanley Cups. So Steve Speaks, or sorry, RJ Collect Sets. I will put the link down below, and make sure you go and give him a sub, and let's get his channel growing. The next video response is for Boggs Fan, and he's doing a 400 subscriber contest. So his contest is asking you to show off cards in your PC that are not part of your PC. So this is really simple for me, I guess. Lance Armstrong. As you guys know, I collect mostly baseball and hockey, and I was a fan of cycling. He is in my PC. This is apparently his rookie card, and of course there was a huge debacle with him and steroids, but you know, it's in my collection and I thought I would show it off. Next one, these Sportflix cards. Again, I have this one. This is Mighty Mouse, David Stoudemire. Of course, I'm a Raptors fan, and just for some random reason, I do enjoy it. I keep it in my collection, but it's not one of the things I collect. And it's also kind of curious because it is from Kellogg's and Frosted Flakes. Last one, I guess kind of hockey related, but Don Cherry. Of course, Don Cherry played in the NHL briefly. Of course, was coach of the Boston Bruins, and you know, I enjoyed his outspokenness before he essentially got canned by CBC. Not part of my PCs, but I enjoy that he's part of my collection. Next one here, Mike Weir. I don't really collect golf. You know, you saw Tiger Woods there earlier, but Mike Weir, of course, is probably the best Canadian golfer ever to have played the game of golf. This one is numbered 191 out of 2,999. This is his rookie card, and of course he did win the Masters, and I'm happy to have this one in my collection. And last but not least, a card that essentially isn't worth very much. It's the Pro Set card of Bill Barilko. And the reason this one isn't in my PC, but is part of my collection, of course, is that this card kind of, you know, inspired the Tragically Hip to sing and write 50 Mission Kappa, of course, where Bill Barilko and his legacy is discussed in the video. So please make sure you check out Boggs Fan. He's got an awesome channel, 400 subscriber contest. And let's move on to the last one. So the last one is for Austin F's Autos, and he's asking for your top 10 autos in your collection. So I was actually surprised. I started going through my collection and I realized I don't have that many autos. So I have a couple of no-name players, but I thought I'd show you what I have right here. Jonathan Bernier, SP Authentic, again with the Leafs, nice little autograph there. You know, kind of got run out of town. I did enjoy him. You know, he spent some time with the Detroit Red Wings right now, most recently, but a nice looking card, nice looking auto, so thought I'd show that one off. Anders Lee, not a New York Islanders fan, number 24 out of 75, sweet looking card, now captain of the New York Islanders when John Tavares left, and for that reason, that's one of my favorite autos. Next one here, this one is just, you know, remarkable in my mind. So Richard Petty, the King, autograph card. You know, you've got his old STP car in the back, you know, just great card. You know, I used to watch him when I first started watching NASCAR racing. I remember him battling it out with guys like Al Unser and Kale Yarborough. And of course, you know, kind of made an appearance in the Cars movies of late. So that one is one of my favorites. And the next one, an older one, and I just mentioned an autograph a little while ago, and this is Kale Yarborough. This is back in 1952. Autograph is authenticated, and one of my favorite ones for sure. You know, the paper unfortunately shows some yellowing, but I just love the look of that car. Love the look of the card for sure. This one here is kind of one that caught me by surprise. It's Frank Burmish. I got it in a mystery pack that, you know, you open here from MJ Holdings, and it didn't actually number it here at the back. But I didn't know Frank Burmish, but he was quite an accomplished hockey goalie, especially with the Boston Bruins here. And you can see the autograph down there in black. And I like the fact that it's a mini, and that's why that's one of my favorites in my collection. Matt Duchene. You know, not much to speak about him. This one's numbered 91 out of 100. Just a fantastic, fantastic player. Of course, playing with the Colorado Avalanche. And, you know, I kind of do like the Colorado Avalanche, you know, not one of my favorites, but they, you know, they have that nostalgia as kind of being the ex-Quebec Nordiques, which kind of rings true with me a little bit. Next one, Serge Savard, Hall of Famer, of course, with the Montreal Canadiens. Again, I got this in one of those mystery packs, surprised the heck out of me when it came. Now, it's a ballpoint pen, but it is a really sweet card, really sweet autograph. You know, he was a monster of a man for his age at 6'3", 210 pounds back in the day when hockey players weren't as big as they are nowadays. And love that this card is part of my collection. Next one, going to baseball now. We're going to go through a run of baseball cards here. So we got John Olerud, part of Whamco. You know, when the Jays won the couple World Series titles, of course, batting with Joe Carter and Paul Molitor in the lineup. He was just a fantastic player. Now this one here is with his Mets jersey. I know I do have an autograph with his Toronto Blue Jays jersey. I just hadn't put it away yet, so it wasn't easy to find. But this is one of my favorites. And now coming to the more modern times, of course, we've got a Vlad Guerrero autograph, the classified here from Don Ross. It's the only autograph I have from Vlad Guerrero. Hopefully I'll pick up a few more or pick up some relics in the future. But of course, as a Blue Jays fan, this one is a nice one to have in my collection. And last but not least is another Blue Jays auto. So this one's for you, Spidey. Number 2/10, Bo Bichette, Elite Extra Edition. I honestly don't even recall where I got this one. Die cut, really sweet looking card. And I'm glad that this one is in my collection. It's not on card, as you can see, or maybe you can see, but it's still one of my favorite autos in my collection. So folks, make sure you check out Austin F's autos. You know, I recently got into TTMing, so, you know, his site is quite appealing to me as well. He's well over 550 subs. I will put the link as well as the links to the other channels down below. Please make sure you go and check out everybody. And congrats to all the entrants for the video responses. Muskoka Card Collector here, tuning out, and take care.